Also on commercial construction, we're already doing a lot of things that are in the right direction. So I see this all over the country. I'm seeing people putting up 2 inches of rock wool on their buildings. Pretty typical. Now, first thing is they can do this, which is thermal bridge attached to a thermal bridge attached to a thermal bridge, or they can replace, for the same cost, this system with a fiberglass system and improve the performance of that same wall by 20% just by replacing this thermal bridge with that thermal break. And guess what? Costs the same or less. We just had a project where this is the downlight system, that's the Cascadia clip system. It was actually cheaper. Now, for me to look at the Passivhaus envelope and say, okay, now I need an extra 2 inches of rock wool to make it work. What's the delta for 2 inches of extra rock wool? Very, very small, very cheap. I'm already putting on the system. I get a 2-inch bigger clip. Now, if you really want to do something cool, this is from a project I did in 2012. This is a steel skeleton, and we have a curtain wall on the outside. It's a type 2 construction, and I was talking to the architect and the owner, and I said, what are you planning on doing on your envelope? I said, well, we're going to do a curtain wall with metal studs, exterior insulation. I said, okay, well, as you know, Passivhaus is a performance-based system, so we got to hit a certain level of insulative value to get there. Would you consider using wood skin on a wood curtain wall? I said, no, we won't consider it because it's not allowed. I said, yes, it is. Under our non-combustible type 2 construction, there's an exception for fire-treated wood in non-structural curtain walls. I said, oh, that's interesting. We still don't want to do it because that sounds hard or it sounds different. I said, okay, well, that's cool. I understand it. You got to do what you got to do. But to reach the levels of insulative value that we need, we're going to need an extra 2 inches of exterior insulation to get us the R value we need if you use that assembly of the metal studs. Or we can use the fire-treated studs and use 2 inches less, and guess what? The fire-treated and the metal, about the same cost. So that was kind of a no-brainer. So we did a wood fire-treated assembly on a non-combustible building, worked great. In Europe, the code actually allows them to use non-treated wood in an encapsulated fire-rated format. And you see a lot of Passivhaus buildings, concrete bone, concrete structure, or metal structure with a wood curtain wall. Really interesting because guess what? That's extra just wood and metal studs, 2 inches of insulation. You can kind of say, wow, that's a no-brainer.